Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Robert Conley on Robert Live. And this afternoon is a very, very different afternoon. Hopefully, we have our brothers and sisters here. I know a lot of people are probably still at work, especially if you're in the central or western part of the United States. But we're here, and hopefully everybody will get to see some part of the game, and especially the ending. If it is any indication of what is going to happen today, um, of the other games that have happened so far this past weekend, there were 4 games on. And the amazing thing to me was, of those 4 games, 3 of them were blowouts. This is Robert Conley on NGSE Sports, brought to you by Sherlock Holmes Bathrooms and Kitchens and Classy Stiller Divas. And the newest thing that I am involved with, and it's another small business I'm starting, have started. It's a health business. It's about your health. And it will be aired on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because all of us at my age, or around my age, if you're over 50, if you're over 40, your health has started to decline. You may not feel it, but you will be feeling it, because after the age of 25, 30, your stem cells start to reduce in their efficiency and their ability to help reproduction of your other cells. And then after age 50, they're nearly gone. After age 70, you're lucky that there's anything there. And Opportunity of Life will give you information on how you can reverse that, so that you can feel better, so that you can help your body to get healed better, faster. The things that are just not supposed to be, it can help you to fix those things. So this is Robert Conley on NGSE Sports, and today we're in a situation that we really didn't want to be in. No, not that situation. We wanted to be in the playoffs. We wanted to be in the playoffs, but we didn't want to be in the playoffs and have a delay of the first game. We didn't want to be playing in the snow on an ice hard field. We are, what should I say? Although the Steelers are used to bad weather, inclement weather in Pittsburgh, is nothing like what's happening in Buffalo area, where the stadium is. Hopefully you've all seen the photos and you've seen what was going on over there. There was like 11 inches of snow by 8 or 9 o'clock on Saturday night. And they were expecting another 8 to 12 inches overnight into Sunday. And they were trying to find people to shovel the stadium. But one of the problems with getting the stadium shoveled was that the state had issued an emergency and nobody was supposed to be on the streets. So if you were going to go make $20 an hour shoveling snow at the stadium, you were risking also of getting a citation. And so then when that was lifted, people can get out there and shovel the snow, and everybody, I don't know how many people got out there and was shoveling the snow, but as you can see right here, They had some of the team out there shoveling snow. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But a lot of people went out to shovel the snow to try to make this game happen, to try to make it happen for the Bills and for the Steelers. Now, the snow delay of one day started putting fear in my head uh, of the Thanksgiving night game on Thursday when COVID first struck, and we went to play. We were going to be playing the Ravens, and we got delayed. I think finally we played that game on Tuesday. I believe we're supposed to play on Thanksgiving night when all eyes of the world was going to be watching the Steelers, and then the Ravens didn't adhere to the COVID suggestions and regulations. And I can't say regulations, you were not required, but the suggestions. And we got delayed until like Tuesday of the following week, finally played. And in that span of time, we played 3 games within 12 days. That would have been devastating if they were playoff games. Devastating. It would have been more ridiculous than what it felt like then. But right now, things are looking like they're going to happen today. Game starts at 4:30, which is just about an hour and a half from now. And I think that everything is going to happen right now. The last that I looked, which was about an hour ago, there was nothing that I could find that said that the game was not going to go on today. So I believe that the game is going to go on today with no problem. We'll see here pretty soon. We'll see here pretty soon. But anyway, 'twas 2 nights before the game in the lakefront city. All their words were negative as their weather turned. No matter what was said, no matter what they hear, gone the 2024 blizzard, black and gold more they fear. They By bus, by train, and car, the fans all came. When departing, they did hear, it's the governor who I blame. For the Steelers, they did run, Najee and Warren too, but when Pickens showed his talent, all Bills fans could do was boo. So to cut this thing short to our fans everywhere, we're in the season which they said they'll never make it there. Well, here we are. Here we are in this. We're in this city over by the water. Hey, Lisa, how are you doing? We're in this city over by the lake. I think that's Lake Erie. That stretches all the way across the state of Ohio and up into over top of Pennsylvania and right by New York. So we're in this city, and Steelers look like they're going to play this game. I didn't make any bets. But my thoughts are Steelers going to win by 4 or more points. That's my thoughts. I know it's probably going to be close. These other games, 3 of them were wipeouts except for one last night. And the two AFC games were wipeouts. Browns got wiped out. And who else played? Browns got wiped out. And the other game was I can't even think right now who else got wiped out. But both games were wipeouts. And then another one yesterday with the Packers and the Cowboys. And then last night's game was not so bad. It was only a 1-point game. So I think I think we're going to have a 4-point or better win today. I hope that I'm right. I've been with the team all season long. I have not wavered in my beliefs that they were going to. It got pretty hard there for a little while, It did get pretty hard there for a little while, but I didn't back out. I didn't. I did not. I did not go by the wayside and start talking all the negative stuff about the Steelers. Nor did I believe any of the propaganda. There's been a lot of propaganda out there this season. It's amazing to me on how much propaganda is out there or has been out there. And it's still running rampant, because there are people saying that the Steelers game was going to be moved from this stadium and it was going to be played someplace else. They're talking that stuff even this morning. We have the internet at our fingers. We have the internet at our fingertips. And instead of everybody using their internet to find out more information, they want to believe the first thing that pops up. And that's not good, because the first thing that pops up is not always the truth. It could be something that's sponsored, which is advertised, meaning somebody paid for that spot, meaning they're going to say something to catch the attention of the people. That's what they're going to do. He's got that cigar in his hand. He's always had a cigar in his hand. So, I don't talk about stats, and this is going to be a little bit of a short podcast. Joe can't be here because he's at work. That there are many people that are not going to be here watching because they're at work, and there's only a few people. I don't expect that many people to be on here, but they can watch the replay at some time whenever they want to. It'll be at their fingertips on their computer. But I believe that our guys, I believe that we have the ability to win by 4 or more. I think that we have the ability to win by even more than that, but the weather's not very good today. It is cold. It's bitter out there. Hopefully the wind has died down. Maybe I can look that up and see what it's looking like over there. And the ground is hard. When the ground is as hard as it is, it makes it hard for the cleats to stick. And maybe the guys have got certain cleats that they can wear today. With the weather over there, with the ground being hard, it's not completely frozen, but it is very cold over there. And it is, well, I can't tell you it's not completely frozen because I don't know how long it's been cold over there. But for the ground to freeze, I mean, the ground can freeze overnight, but generally it takes 4 or 5 days of sub-freezing weather for it to be frozen down about 3 or 4 inches, and sometimes even more than that. So, and seeing and watching the guys today, hopefully they've got the right cleats on. I'm sure they'll have the right cleats on. Hopefully it's going to be okay. Right now it's 17 degrees over there in Orchard Park where the stadium is at. And 0 snow is expected the next 24 hours. So that's going to be fine. They probably won't have any snow while they're playing, and it's going to drop down to 13 degrees tonight. So it's not that big of a dip, but every degree that it is reduced during the nighttime just feels worse and worse and worse. And I don't see any wind over there. 10 mile an hour. They got a northeast wind over there. So the wind is blowing through Columbus, going through West Virginia, going through Pennsylvania, is hitting up there at the stadium, and it's about 10 mile an hour winds right now. Humidity is 59%, so that means the air feels even colder. So I've got this format up that you can see that I've been trying to get up throughout the season. Finally, I got it figured out. Was not as hard as I thought it was. I was looking at the wrong information, but now it's here, and I should be on this format through the playoffs. Now, I'm trying to get back to Vegas. I'm trying to get the jobs done so I can get back to Vegas. And if I can get back there before the Super Bowl, I will walk around and show you what's going on outside the stadium. I don't have $6,000, $7,000 for a seat to get in and watch the Super Bowl, but hopefully we'll get there, and hopefully I'll get back there and I can walk around and show you the festivities outside the stadium. Okay. Uh, Everybody, all of our players are playing or dressing, except for Watt, is what I read earlier. I don't know. I'm talking about starters. I'm not talking about anybody else but starters. And so hopefully we're going to be able to do a really good job. And the backup, number 44 for Watt, he's really quick, and hopefully he can get in there and fill in and create a little bit of fear like Watt does on the quarterback. So hopefully that's going to happen. Like I said, this is going to be a short podcast. I got to go meet up with my buddy. I'm going to watch the game with them at a Steelers location. So I'm getting ready to go see that and watch the game. Hopefully everything is going to go good. Hopefully we're going to win by 4 or more points and move on. And when we move on, where we'll be going is over to Baltimore for the 3rd time this season. We'd be playing them twice in Baltimore. Now, looking ahead to Baltimore, if that happens, looking ahead, I believe that we're not going to have a problem with beating Baltimore. Yes, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle. And yes, they will have probably all of their starters at that time, but we beat them with their starters in the first part of the season. And yes, we beat them with their backups last week, but we beat them with their starters in the first part of the season. And some people want to believe that we can't handle them, but we've done it. I don't just want to talk about history with it, but we seem to do a good job at handling the Ravens, okay, unless they're cheating. And they've been known to do that. So looking ahead, I think that we're going to be able to get past this game today. The Bills, even though we're underdogs, they give us underdogs. Immediately, they gave us 9.5 point as underdogs, okay? Now, let me give you a little bit of information about Vegas and the odds makers putting those numbers up. One, they do not often give numbers like that, 9.5 points. They do not often give that many points unless it's a terribly bad team. But what they do is, when I say underdogs by 9.5 points, that means that they believe the Bills could win by at least 10. At least 10. So what they often do is they will put a big number out there for the bettors that take the points. I'm not one of those who takes the points. Like I said, I didn't bet this time anyway, but I'm not one of those who takes the points. But what happens is people want to jump in and make their bets when the numbers are high because they think that, oh, this is a guaranteed game. It's guaranteed that I'm going to win. But what happens is later on during the week, they drop those numbers. And those people that got in already bought their tickets and they can't cash those tickets in. Now they're hoping that the other team is going to win by at least 10. So that they can win. So the odds makers, I'm not going to say they're not honest. Yes, I am. I'm going to say they're not honest because they make up things. They make up things to make you believe that certain things are certain ways, but that's not true. It's not like that. Vegas rarely loses. I've talked about this before. Vegas rarely loses. They have the ability, they have the help, the professionals that know how to manipulate the bettors into believing certain things. And that's how they make their money. So I'm going to get off here so I can go get me a seat. And then I may be back on after the game. We win. I will be back on after the game after I get back home. So it's going to take me a while. It won't be immediately, but I'll be back on when we win. If we don't win, no reason for me to come back on. So I'm going to get off here now. This is Robert Conley on Robert Live on NGSC Sports, brought to you by Classy Stiller Divas, Sherlock Holmes, Bathrooms and Kitchens, and Opportunity of Life. This is Robert Conley. I'm gone, y'all. Enjoy the game. I'm gone, y'all.